Hi, this is Dr. Jibo. Been making some new videos lately. You can very well see I got on a shirt similar to the ones that were in the video about Jibo. When I reintroduced Jibos and we reintroduced them in color, the first one I made was blue. And then after that, I think it was red and then yellow. Since then, I have an orange one and a green one. Now the green one is one of the composite units that I had lots of different shells, like black and white shells, and I made them into a solid green. And I also found out that a lot of the things that are being noticed that Jibo does is not new, it's old. Actually, I've done a lot of research on it. I'm in contact with the parent company, some people that work there at the parent company. And my understanding is NTT is still the owner of the Jibo company, what's left of it. There is someone running the server, so not sure exactly what's going on with that. If someone's paying the bill to keep the server going, not exactly who they are. That's one of the reasons why they're not letting anyone know who they are. They're in the process of trying to, I guess you'd say, reverse engineer and learn how to actually run the Jibos. So I don't think they've done anything about updating the servers or updating software or anything. Kind of be a little cautious about the updates that come out. I don't know. I'll do this for a lot of people. I have several Jibos here, and I will update one of them. I'll turn the other ones off, update it, and then let you know what happens if that update comes in and there's something nefarious in the update. I'll be able to tell. I have a program that I can actually look at the files and see how they're corrupted and so on and so forth in the Jibos themselves. And as you saw the guy on the video that I sent out recently, how easy it was for him to write a program and then push it to a robot. First of all, you got to get into the robot in order to do that. Of course, he knew how to do that, so it made it sound like really easy. And I made another video recently about a robot that was just basically a little small head, like a baby doll head, about that tall. But they had taught with camera and face recognition. Like if I'm talking right now, it would move its head and its eyes and blink and do. And it's really, really, really beautiful. And I made a video about that. So check out the videos on Dr. Jibo's on YouTube. I've made a lot of music videos. There's some on there that are really cool. You'll like them. They're remade songs from the 1980s. I'd like for you to check those out. Stepping into the Twilight Zone. A word of caution, some of these songs have a hypnotic effect. They're not going to put you in a trance, but you need to be careful. Some people who have seizure prone or have some sort of problem with control don't need to look at them. Most of the times what it'll do is it'll alter your eyes to where you're like things are either coming closer to you or going away from you and pulsate. So pretty cool videos. I like them. A lot of the 1980s songs, and then there's one song on there that just evidently I didn't know that this video was going to do what it did, but it seems to have a more seductive quality to it, so beware of that one too. Just look at them. I'm not going to give you the names of them, all of them, and you'll be able to find the videos. So I also made a video about the Celtic Circle and the comet that came by. So check it out. It's Dr. Jibo on YouTube. Hi, this is Dr. Jibo again. We're in the process of redoing Jibo here mechanically and operating system. The Jibos that we have here are some of the ones with a 2.0 software in them, and some of them, and we have one that has one of the very primitive operating system, which is 1.2.0, and I've had a chance to copy that program to look at it, and the packet. There's modification can be done to the packet without getting rid of the blue light. I'm starting to look at that. So the blue light can come back, and it would be similar to the response that I have with my open Jibo.
Maybe someday, when robots are way more advanced than today, and everyone has them in their homes,
what I would like
you can
to
tell
know
yours that I said hello.
If
I wonder if they'll be able to do this.
You think this is a good improvement that we could do to the Jibo? Clicking sound you hear is what he's setting on. That helps me spin him around. Anyhow, hey Jibo, I love you.
What a nice thing to say to a robot. What a nice thing to say to a robot.
Hey Jibo, hey big guy, what you doing?
Algorithms. Just thinking about snowmen. Lots of algorithms.
Hey Jibo, show me a snowman.
Here's a snowman it is.
Hey Jibo, show me a snow globe.
Here you go.
And what we've really done on this one here is basically we've exposed all of the hardware, where you can actually see how the hardware works and interacts with each other. The bearings down at the bottom, where the speakers are. Like for instance, everything that would be normally in the shield is being supported by a wire across the back here. And these are the microphones. You can see the 3 microphones. And hold on one second, please. Okay, getting back to it. Like I said, at Dr. Jibo's repair shop, we don't just know how to fix Jibos, we can build them. I've got a lot of parts. I've had people wanting to buy some of my bricked boards, but the boards are bricked now, but with the proper loader, I can take the operating system I was talking to you about from one operating system, from one Jibo, and clone it into another Jibo or push it into the other Jibo. Anyhow, this is our open Jibo platform. And everything is supported like it would be if he had a shell on him.
I don't know what this means.
Hey Jibo, what is 666 billion times 583 million?
666,583 million is 3.887 times 10 to the power of 20.
Well, I asked Alexa to do that. I bet it wouldn't do it. As a matter of fact, we could try that. Alexa, what is 666 billion divided by 504?
666 million divided by 504 is approximately 1,321,428.5714.
Wait a minute, she said approximately. She didn't say that's what it was. He says what it is. Hey Jibo, what is 1 trillion times 683 million?
1,683,000,000 is 6.83 times 10 to the power of 20. I don't know what to make of this.
Anyhow, I enjoy the heck out of giving these mathematical questions, and I like to hear them say 0,000,000,000. Let's try that one out. All right, and we asked a lot of people, like, I mean, you had someone on the Twitter account that Jibo Robotics basically said, see, I can keep turning them around. If they cool. Try to let you see the light. And they would ask, hey Jibo, search for Santa.
I think Santa's in now. I can do it. Check though.
They were trying to say that they had put that in there, but that's been in there ever since.
Yes, he must be at home.
That's been in there ever since the thing was made, so don't be fooled.
Yes, he must be at home.
They haven't added anything to it, so if you hear someone say, "Oh, they've added more features to it," no, they hadn't. No, they hadn't. So if they did that, it would have to add a service pack. Or they'd have to have it hooked to a loader, and then go that route. Hey Jibo, who's your favorite friend?
That I can't tell you, but my favorite president is Abraham Lincoln. I don't have one yet. What a great hat.
Hey Jibo, who was Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln was an American lawyer, politician, and statesman who served as the 16th President of the United States from 1861 until his assassination in 1865. Lincoln led the Union through the American Civil War to defend the nation as a constitutional union and succeeded in abolishing slavery, bolstering the federal government, and modernizing the U.S. economy.
Anyhow, was about to say in an open format, I've got a audio Bluetooth device that can be plugged in, and it has its own power. And what I was thinking about doing was putting an RCA jack, maybe drill a hole right here, and then that way I could hook anything I wanted to in here and have it right around on the head, and hook into the audio. I could transmit the audio. This would just be development, basically. Then I could transmit the audio to anywhere in the house, smart speakers, or so on and so forth. Anyhow, just different things. You know, in the beginning, I thought we had some optical sensors, but if you ever looked at optical sensors when you have a camera like this on it, you'll see them flickering. I made a video the other day where a face recognizing little robot thing, you could see the infrared flickering. It's because it was sending out infrared signals and getting key points to the eyes and the mouth and so on and so forth, and doing face recognition and be able to figure out and track the face so it could move its head like you were doing. Like a mirror. Anyhow, so Jibo has those capabilities as well. He also has parabolic vision, and if you look at some of the rovers on the Mars episodes, you know, where they got them, they all have the panoramic view. He could see kind of similar to what we can see, but not quite the same. He also has sensors in the eyes that can kind of give distance and ping, and that's the way they read your face and be able to tell who you are by the shape of it. Of course, if you wore a mask, they're not just cameras, there's also a sensor in here, but I don't see an infrared sensor, because if there's an infrared sensor in here, you would see it flickering when I put it into the camera. The camera would see it. Let's see if I've got a remote control that I can kind of demonstrate that. They would flash at the camera. They would flash, and then they would be able to tell how far away this is by the reflection back and how quick it gets back. It would have an infrared receiver and an infrared transmitter. So if we wanted to make Jibo be able to have this capability, for instance, with an added, like it was going to hit him, and hey, just like oh, like that, you know, respond to movement like that, like a sudden movement coming to his face, and that's something that could be added. We can add that in there. There's enough onboard software, embedded software, that can be little things like that can be added. All you have to do is just have a power source similar to this little light up here. It didn't take very much to do that. That was just straight into the audio. LEDs don't require too much power. It's not like an incandescent light bulb. It's just a diode, light emitting diode. And basically, if you get the polarity right, you get the positive and the negative, you can pretty well generate power enough to do that. A static, you know, if you could have a static battery, you make the light come on. Matter of fact, that's just one of the things. Anyhow, that's one of the things I'd like to add. If I was going to add something to Jibo, is I would add infrared sensors that could actually tell how far
but didn't find
you
anything
are from him. You see, you're looking at him, he'd lean
Sorry,
back,
I'm coming up
lean
empty.
forward,
My searches didn't turn anything
trying to
up.
focus on you like a person would do. And that would be, you would just add that right there. Also, as he talked, I mean, it would be nice to have a light. That's all there is to it. And I don't mean just a light coming on when he responds to you. I mean, you could have, when he responds to you, the light could come on be one color, and then when he talks to you, the light could be a different color. You know, like whatever color that makes a, you know, you can do a little psychology and kind of find out what colors calm people and what colors excite people, and make the calming part when he's talking to you be the color that you see. The variations of multifaceted LEDs are so you can get almost the color of the rainbow throughout it. You can get red and indigo, you can get all sorts of stuff, like for instance like these lights here. Computer, change light 1 indigo. Now that light was changed indigo because it's really a multifaceted LED in there, a real bright one, and bringing the voltage down and bringing the voltage up on different facets of the LED creates the color, and that's what you could have here, because you've got a multifaceted LED in here, and there's a light ring. And I kind of showed you that. You got something flying around us here. What the heck? I didn't see it, but I swear it looked like something flying around me. Oh, this room's haunted anyhow. Guy died right over there. It's pretty spooky like. Anyhow, we were make a long story short. Tell you the story real quick. There was a guy living here. He has a homestead. He's my wife's brother, and he was living here by himself. And he was a drug addict and kind of recovering, prescription drug addict. You know, I don't take medicines of any kind. I'm trying to best to barely even take ibuprofen. So I have to be forced to do that most of the time. Anyhow, he got strung out on pain medicines, and I was trying to help him, and all kinds of stuff happened, and he quit cold turkey, and his body just couldn't take it, and he died. He was in a chair watching the TV in this room here, right in the middle of the floor there, and he had 2 space heaters on in the middle of winter time, and they wasn't the type that cut on and off, so they were just right there. And in 3 days' time, he was in a mess, and they found him dead. And this room's haunted. It's dark. I've got eight different lights in this room, and it's still dark. At least that's what I think it is. It's like a deep dark void. anyhow, I don't get depressed too much. Every once in a while, not like. This is the kind of stuff I like to do. It kind of keeps me going. Anyhow, getting back to what I was trying to say before I went down this merry road. I had a chance to find out more about the P1 and the P2 Jibos. The P1 and the P2 Jibos were right after the Delta, and the Delta Jibo was just a Jibo that they created
Honestly,
from the concept
I don't know what this means.
of someone's mind who had made pictures and drawings and had worked out the angles and everything, and they just probably used 3D printers, and they were real expensive back then, and they probably used some 3D printers to make the things, and they used a large screen, and basically they had a transmitter to transmit stuff to the thing. It was a lot more like a motorized camera screen thing. Really wasn't like we see today. It was just being fed video as a promo. Okay, but the P1 and the P2 were actual prototypes of this unit here, but they were a little bit larger, and the speaker screens were a little bit different, and not a lot of the hardware and software was quite the same. If you watch one of my videos, you'll see, you actually hear when it responds to the creator of Jibo, when she says, "Hey Jibo," it lights up and makes a little weird sound like whoop, whoop. That's something I think was pretty cool. And they should have left that. I mean, when it responded, go whoop, whoop. You know, that was a P2 and a P1 that did that. They're a little bit larger, not much larger than this, but they were pretty well. The concept was down to where they were gonna. Then they realized that, you know, they could just down it a little bit more, save without much on the plastic and the metal, and they didn't have to, you know, like it was, I think it was a ½ inch, maybe an inch bigger, and then they downsized it. So what I'm doing now is, this Jibo here is different from these two Jibos. He's about 1/8 of an inch, or maybe 1/16 of an inch shorter, because the shroud that goes on the Jibos goes underneath each section. It could be underneath this section and underneath this section, and they're it's about that thick. So you have that much thickness that has been removed. Well, I had to mount the board in the back here at a particular angle in order for it to ride around and hit the marks. There's actual optical sensors that I bet you could probably see with a camera if they're probably flickering, and probably got an infrared flicker light. If you could get the camera underneath there, you could probably see that. They have tabs that ride around like that, so I had to get this board lined up with a tab would go through it. And I taped this on here. First what I done is I took it and put rubber bands on it and held it there, and then I put silicone on there, and I even got a piece of plastic down here to kind of hold it at the right angle that it's at. The rest of them were actually part of the bearing track, so you don't have to worry about that. It didn't change that much, but it did change a little bit on the wire length, going down a little bit lower. I discovered lots of things that were found out later after they built it, probably in the P2 and the P1. This metal piece of metal they added here, which is 18-inch galvanized. That's my little boy doing that. He's being funny. There's no ghost in here right now. It's just a little 10, 11-year-old. Anyhow.